Welcome to the video presented by WebScold, Joomla Support and Services, on installing Joomla. We are basically going to look at an easy way to install Joomla 1.7 to your server. The first thing that you'll want to do is via FTP to your actual server. You want to upload two files. One is the most current version of Joomla, and in this case it is Joomla 1.7.3 stable full package, which you can download from the Joomla site. The other file that you want to upload to the server is Joomla Start.php. It is out there in JED, the Joomla extension directory, but the version that comes in the Joomla extension directory is only good for Joomla 1.5. We have made some modifications to that file, which can be seen on this site, and you can download it from here, and it's called Joomla Start.php. Once both of those packages are uploaded to the server, then what you want to do is open up your browser and put in the URL of the actual site itself and then Joomla Start.php. Please note that you must type in a capital J and a capital S in the Joomla.start.php. Once that's installed and you go to that, you'll see the Joomla plug automatic installer. What we want to do here is we're going to say choose a local file, choose the 1.73 package that we uploaded, and tell it to install the files directly. And then we are going to want to start the install. Now, depending on the speed of your server and the configuration, it'll take a little while for this to come up. If it doesn't come up, that means the permissions on your folder were not correct, and you're going to need to change the main public.html file to either 775 or 777 depending on your server. But most servers out of the box, this will work with no problem. Once that's done, you're going to click on Launch the Joomla Installer, and it is going to bring up the Joomla Installer. You're going to choose your language. In this case, we are choosing English. And then you're going to actually go to your pre-installation check and look at these right here. There's recommended settings here, and if you're not to the actual recommended, we do ask that you change that to the recommended in order for Joomla to operate the way that it should out of the box. We're all okay here on our pre-installation check. And then we'll hit next. We get the licensing. We hit next to accept it. And then we're going to get the type of database that we want. Some servers will allow you to use the MSQLi, others will not. If you have a problem and it fails, what you're going to want to do is change this to MySQL. But for right now, we're going to leave it to the default of MySQLMI. The local host name is localhost. Now, as it says above on this page, before you run this, you should have gone through your cPanel on your control panel for your server and created a new database. In this case, we created a database for it. I'm going to put in the information on it. It is hostname localhost, which it is most of the time. Here's the actual user. We'll put that in. Okay, the database, in this case, we're just calling it bdev. And then I'm going to copy and paste the password that I got when I created the database. Now, the table prefix will automatically be defined here, okay, as to what they want it to be. You can actually redefine it to something else if you want. Usually I will leave that alone and leave it to what they actually put in there for security purposes. But in this one I'm going to say JOS because I did have another database installed here, and I do want to remove that one. This asks you what you want to do with the old database. If you're unsure, just say backup, and that will be safe. Then we hit next. Okay, this is optional, the FTP configuration, and I usually skip it because I want to install everything and make sure everything is owned by Apache in this case. So we are going to hit next here again and skip the FTP set. Site name, we need to give it This one I'm going to call bdev. I actually put in my email address. And this is where you put in your email address in case you lose your password, what you want the username to be, and what you want the password to be for your new Joomla installation. Now, I usually always install the sample data, especially if you're new to Joomla. This will help you quite a bit in using it. And then after I do that and it says sample data installed successfully, I hit next again. It tells me it is done. I tell it to remove the installation folder, and then I go to the admin area, log in with the username and password I created during the installation. Okay, and then you can see Joomla is installed. We can even take a look at the front end here. As you can see, Joomla is very easy to install if you follow these instructions. Remember, Web School is always available for affordable Joomla support and services. Thank you and have a great day.